This looks like the same dude fucking copy and pasted 5 times. The new Skrillex album's pretty good. Yeah, he used to be the vocalist for From First to Last.
I was that kid banging on pots and pans, like just making music any way I could.
Bringe, am I right, guys?
Bells or any...
Making music, can you believe that?
Sonny was born...
This is definitely poorly cropped.
...in the Devil's Den, the harem of degeneracy, Los Angeles, California. He was born to a family of Scientologists and grew up in
I appreciate that he brought dubstep to the US. Man, I used to hate that shit at first, though.
Homeschooling groups. And while that's...
I mean, not dubstep, but like his version of dubstep.
Sounds like a recipe for a very...
Let me just hear it again real quick here. I'm curious. I'm curious if it sounds as bad to me now. Yeah, I hated this shit.
Sheltered and boring life, young Sonny was incredibly active in the LA punk and alternative scene, even having a CD recorded and released at 14 of his band At Risk.
Do you ever send your demo, your CD demo of At Risk to Razor?
God, that's
I didn't know about that.
amazing. No, but you know, I sent it to One Shot Records, which is kind of an East LA punk label out there.
Yeah, I didn't know there was a Nardwuar interview with him. Nardwuar is like interviewed everyone on the. Did he do the vocals?
While this wouldn't be the big break that he saw just 2 years later, it was an important and formative experience that would shape Sonny into the frontman that we see today.
This guy's brave, going out there onto the streets to do his video essay.
He knew as his parents were simply his aunt and uncle, and that the people who he thought was his aunt and uncle were his
I love punk too.
parents who simply didn't want him.
That's when a friend of mine committed suicide, and
I shouldn't say I love punk. I like punk. It depends though. I like certain songs. Like there's like a couple of Dead Kennedy songs I really like.
I was talking to him, and he was in LA. He was like, "Yeah, we just got signed to Epitaph, and we're at this Epitaph Christmas party right now. We should hang out." And we never got to meet that night. That's when I was just like, kind of in a weird place. And
you said you were adopted. Tell me about
He looks like he's in a weird place right now.
that.
Like physically.
I was just turned 16, and I found out that some people that I knew my whole life were actually my parents and my brothers and sisters, and I had not known that, and kind of found out through the grapevine.
It all led to Sonny during a depressive episode to beg Matt Good from First to Last to give him a chance to be their guitar player. And after running away from home and flying out to the studio, Sonny would end up becoming the singer of From First to Last and give him his first taste of real success.
To you. Through the MySpace era was, man, we need to all be punished for that.
From First to Last is an amazing and influential band, and if you want to know more about them, then check out my video covering their entire history. But in the case of Sonny Moore, his first album with them was, well, their debut.
Dear Diary, my teen angst bullshit has a body count.
Revenge, and obviously the titular Teen Angst.
Dear Diary, my teen angst bullshit has a body count. I believe it's 6 going on 7 now. I've been dreaming about you in a pool of your own blood with your eyes gouged out. Jesus Christ, dude.
All shrouded in a sense of self-aware sarcasm and some biting satire. Dear Diary is a killer album from start to finish, and one that really encapsulates that classic 2000s emo post-hardcore sound, with poppy choruses, fast-paced guitars, whiny vocals.
I like post-hardcore.
All glued together by Derek Bloom's technical drumming.
I don't think the mic's gonna work that well, dude. Like, if you point the mic at them and they're that far away, I don't think that's gonna do anything.
Granting the band, and especially Sonny himself, massive popularity on
that
MySpace.
Windows 90,
and this
like
also
XP?
probably was
Windows
helped
XP?
by the fact that Sonny really embodied the whole mall goth scene kid aesthetic that was extremely popular at the time.
You're always bullied if you're an emo kid.
The band would tour relentlessly for the next year and a half before entering the studio in late 2005 with Ross Robinson, the producer responsible for Korn and Slipknot and being one of the bedrocks of the nu metal sound that we all know today.
Weed, California.
Weed.
We're recording
Weed, am I right?
a new record from First to Last.
I didn't even know that was a place.
We're in Radio Star Studios in Weed, California. We chose
Weed.
to come here because Ross wanted to go somewhere kind of secluded.
And his work on the band's 2006 record Heroin pushed the band into its creative peak. Though Heroin would be Sonny's second and final album with the band before his departure a year later in 2007.
Can we talk about the X tape on his nipples? Is that to let the ladies know you're straight edge? I support it.
Now, to talk about the record a bit,
Dog, that outfit though.
Heroin is an absolute masterpiece, and on a personal level, my favorite album of all time.
Okay, I don't know about that.
The lyrics this time around are much darker,
Let's starve down to the bone. We're looking better bony. Who needs figure anyway? Stay with me, stay with me. Just stay with me, stay with me, stay with me. So I can dig my nails deep in your cave. Excuse me? It feels better now without control. Oh girl, you look better, blurry angel. Why do we need to be sanitary when the world's so filthy anyway?
It goes to show that even the dubstep hippie himself might have some demons laying dormant in his system.
Dubstep hippie. That's kind of funny.
Around the end of the initial touring circuit for Heroin, Sonny began to have issues with his voice. This was more than likely due to a mixture of blowing out his vocal cords from touring without rest, the obvious bulimia, and even a broken nose he never sought medical
And he's bulimic.
attention for. In 2004, Sonny was beaten up after a show which resulted in a broken nose, and instead of seeking
Where was his band at?
medical attention, he fixed
His band beat him up?
it by snapping it back into place whenever it became crooked. I don't know,
That's fucking wild.
maybe medical attention just
Dude, that's metal as fuck.
isn't punk rock enough, but either way, these
That is so metal, dude. You get a broken nose, and then every time it just gets fucked up again, you just break it back into place. That's so metal.
issues, as well as the financial and personal instability
Yeah, that show must have not gone well if you get beaten up after the show.
of the band after a major lawsuit from a former member and the end of their contract with Epitaph Records and a major record deal actually going under, it would all lead to Sonny leaving the band due to this and becoming a glorified homeless man in LA,
Wow.
squatting with other artists and musicians in an abandoned warehouse.
I'm still in shock this dude said that his favorite album of all time is from a band Skrillex was a part of for 2 years that no one else has heard of.
Is the Bells EP from Sonny Moore. He drew this in Sharpie marker
Dude, that looks like shit. This is the worst camera quality I've ever seen.
on a envelope.
I don't even know what the fuck I'm looking at right now. Is it a dick?
Quality Park. And I've never really, I don't really open this or show anybody this, but inside of it, when I got it, all it was some Sonny Moore buttons, which are weird,
I mean, there was a CD in there too.
and Sonny Bells.
From 2007 to about 2009 or so, we would see the Bells era of Sonny after a handful of electronica and
I didn't know
acoustic
about that.
songs
Sonny
were
Bells.
released as demos on his MySpace. Sonny would self-release his album Bells online under his birth name, Sonny Moore. And to talk about Bells, Bells is an extremely interesting album and honestly contains a sound I wish he would have developed the most after From First to Last. The entire record is a very strange but cathartic experience, taking a lot of influence from indie music and pop, but it also would showcase the most influence from
curious.
Aphex
Did you say Aphex
Twin
Twin?
and Bjork.
Okay, hold on. We gotta look this up real quick, dude. Play like a song or two. Were you into the metal scene back in these days? Yeah. This is kind of cool. Dude, this is sick. The vocals sound a little weak Like they could be mixed better, but this is cool. Interesting. I didn't even know this existed.
Artists Sonny has claimed to inspired him most.
Tell us your favorite song of all time.
Yep.
And how did it become your favorite song?
Okay.
Like, what was that moment in your life that it was like, this is me?
It's a song by Aphex Twin, a.k.a. Richard D. James.
Film, right?
And it is the second song off of the Come to Daddy EP, and it is called Flim.
The
Flim,
album
sorry.
is hard to pin to a single
think it was
genre
called
because honestly, there's just nothing else.
It's actually
like
a really good song. I like that song. It must be the Nelson Mandela effect. Song's super good.
Bells takes on a strange mix of electronica, emo, indie, and even goth music.
It's really interesting to see how the sound develops. Remember when he posted about it on his Facebook and people were asking why it had no bass drop? That shit was funny. That was super funny. Where's the drop? It just sounds kind of rough though. Like the vocals sound rough. Like it could use some like legit mixing and mastering.
After the album was released, Sonny would hit 2008 running with a new band going under the name Sonny and the Blood Monkeys.
I didn't know about this one either.
I'm Sonny.
I'm Joe the Blood
I'm Blood Monkey.
Monkey.
And you're watching DJ Rostar's Punk Rock Show!
He would play local LA shows as well as take part in the Alternative Press Tour. This would lead him to be signed to a major label, Atlantic Records, who began to invest in Sonny more. And after
Wait, what? Wait, hold on. Sonny and the Blood. The synth stuff does kind of remind me of his Skrillex era.
a few supporting slots on tours,
I came over to open for Chiodos, and I'm just doing a DJ set now, just because the label decided that they wanted to wait after I had like a release, my EP, out before I came over with the whole band, because it's pretty expensive to come over here.
he would release his last EP as a singer-songwriter, Gypsy Hook.
The vocals sound so similar to Coheed and Cambria. Am I the only one? His voice is so pitchy, but his sense of melody is still so good. True.
Gypsy Hook came out around the same time that Sonny had started performing DJ shows as Skrillex, and that becomes instantly apparent when you listen to the EP itself. Gypsy Hook sounds like an odd mix of Bells and early Skrillex with a heavier emphasis on EDM-style synths and more dance-focused song structures. And to touch the elephant in the room, some admittedly impressive but at times very obnoxious high-pitched vocals. The best example of this can be seen on the EP's version.
Jesus, it seems this guy's following the hype so hard, man. What is this album cover? That shit's funny as hell. It's like he's spitting water like several different times while overlaid over each other.
Strange and awkward video involving escorts and milk.
Wow, this is really weird. This is so weird, dude. That's funny. What is this? What is this?
What am I even watching? Sonny would finish off 2010 by performing at Bamboozle, a now defunct
Hanson? What? Hanson? Performing with Hanson, LMFAO?
a now defunct music festival. While his set was a success and there was a minor buzz regarding his EP, overall this would be the end of Sonny and the Blood Monkeys, or Sonny Moore as a singer-songwriter era of his career.
Yeah, so Skrillex is,
I'm actually really interested in this just because I didn't know about, I knew about From First to Last. I know about Skrillex. I didn't know about all this stuff in between though.
it was like an online handle that I used to use for a while, like for AIM and, different online profiles, and it never really had a meaning.
Why do people say AIM? I always said AIM. I don't know if it's just me, but I always said aim.
You know, and then when I was 16, I got it tattooed on the inside of my lip. It's actually gone now.
Around the same time as working on his solo album, Sonny would also begin to do DJ gigs.
Dude, what is the point of getting a tattoo on the inside of your mouth? That just seems like no one's gonna see it unless like they ask to see it or you just show it to them unprovoked. It's emo as fuck, mouth tattoos, indie sleaze punk.
It's all around LA and surrounding cities under the name Skrillex, as well as he would begin doing production work for other bands. Most famously, he got a gig doing all the electronics and production for Bring Me the Horizon's album.
Dog, those all look like the same dude. This looks like the same dude fucking copy and pasted 5 times.
Doing all the electronics and production for Bring Me the Horizon's album, There Is a Hell, Believe Me, I've Seen It.
Like, can't one of them just have like a different hairstyle or shorter hair, man? Content aware Phil, guys.
There Is a Heaven, Let's Keep It a Secret. Though as big as that opportunity was, it pales in comparison to what came after he released his first EP under the name Skrillex.
Shut the fuck up, dude. First dubstep type beat.
The infamous My Name is Skrillex.
I've never heard that one.
One that he put up for free because, well, he couldn't get sample clearance on really anything. Though, despite all odds, when it dropped, it ended up blowing up.
I never heard this one. MySpace. This EP was so good. It sounds alright.
And as you can hear,
it's very hyperpop.
Especially by 2010 standards, this was a huge breath of fresh air. While it's easy to scoff at this and really any dubstep release nowadays,
that wasn't dubstep. I mean, at least the clip he just played.
At its time, it was fresh, unique, and there really was nothing else quite like it. And it was through this underground success that Sonny would end up meeting Joel Zimmerman, aka Deadmau5.
Wow.
And this would end up with him releasing Scary Monsters and Nice Sprites to critical and commercial acclaim, leading to his
oh my god,
now infamous success story as the king of Brostep.
Brostep, show me your bass face. Wow. Maybe don't. Just keep that in the pocket, man.
Writing a hit song to end a war.
Forever changing the landscape of electronic music for better or for worse. Though we can 100% blame him for the insufferable rave scene that he spawned.
I got you!
Now, all jokes and cringe aside, Skrillex blowing up and doing what he did was honestly incredibly impressive. Most artists that
it seems like a big jump in growth, right?
Blow up only last a few months to a year at most, and Skrillex had hit after hit, built his own label, and left a permanent mark on history. The dubstep sound was inescapable for nearly 8 years, and countless artists would also bring their own marks to EDM and pop music, finding their success from either collaborating with Skrillex or being signed to Ausla.
Was he the first one to do that aggressive Brostep sound? I remember Rusko kind of did it.
Different decades. I honestly can't see where music would be today without Skrillex, whether it's the influence he had on the post-hardcore and emo boom of the 2000s, or the dubstep and EDM wave of the early 2010s, and I think that's probably the biggest compliment
he looks like a vampire on the left there.
I could ever give him. But with all that being said, subscribe.
I think one of the first ones.
Support me on Patreon. Follow me on Twitter.
I feel like the ending could have been better.
Video.
I really didn't know about all those middle eras of Skrillex. I really thought it was just from first to last and then Skrillex. I didn't know there was this Sonny Moore era. What'd you guys think of that in the chat? This was Gray Mads. Make sure to subscribe to him if you haven't. I'll link the video. All right, I think that's it for today, guys. I'll stream again pretty soon. Have a good Friday. Have a nice Friday, guys. Peace.
The Bang Incorporated.